Quoting Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89. Today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Platinum End Chapter 48. And oh my god, shit is just getting really fucked up. So last chapter we saw what YONEDA'S plan is to kill all the god candidates, including himself. And the whole point of it is that there's no false god ultimately chosen. And holy shit, how he came up with the idea to do it, like with his experiments and stuff, it was just completely fucked up. It was so goddamn fucked up. I don't know if he could be able to pull this off, and especially the last part of his plan to succeed within that 15 seconds. And I don't think they're gonna comply with that shit. No. Anyway, let's get to this chapter and see what happens next. And chapter 48 is titled The Fault of Science. If the final two candidates hit each other with white arrows within a span of 0.15 seconds, then no false god will result from the process. Yeah. This first panel right here just is like, holy goddamn shit. Oh god. Okay, and this reminds me, before I forget, it was announced within the past couple of days that for the first time in 12 years, there's going to be a new chapter of Death Note. And, yeah, for those of you that don't know, I have never read Death Note manga, and boy, did that announcement give me an excuse to read Death Note manga, because hell yeah, I'm going to cover that chapter of Death Note. Fuck yes, I am. Oh, God. I'm so excited to read Death Note manga. I've been dying to read it. So, and the only reason I haven't is because it's completed. It's not ongoing. But oh boy, do I have an excuse to read Death Note manga now. But anyway, God, just this panel reminded me to make sure I tell you guys about that. Anyway, and it's coming out next month. But here we go. I don't get it. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that this god-choosing process makes a creature a false god. What's wrong with having a creature? Right now, there are people who believe in God and people who don't. If Red says he'll do it and no one has to be killed and this sells everything, shouldn't that be good enough? Good points being made here. Like, this is something, and I really love this shit right here. Because YONEDA'S trying to force this belief that there's no God. Like, why the fuck are you forcing your belief on us? Why? Why can't you let people have nice things? Why can't you let them have their faith? Just leave them alone. They ain't doing anything to you. Let them believe in God. Just leave, if it's a creature or whatnot. Just leave them alone. Jeez. No, it's not. I mean, I still think of him as the Red Warrior, and I don't even believe in God. The last thing you want is people who will believe in him, right? The professor's obviously right. Just do whatever he says. This is the problem. You motherfuckers are the problem. These morons are goddamn sheeple. God, these idiots right here represent the sheeple of society, and I gotta give major props. To Oba, and also, of course, Obata. To Oba and Obata for highlighting this shit. That we have the sheeple and the sheep herders. Because there's two types of people in society. There's sheep, well, you could also say there's the wolves, too. If you want to go there, too. There's the three types of people. But there's the sheeple and the sheeple herders. And you motherfuckers are the goddamn sheeple that are saying this shit. That we should just follow YONEDA. You guys are fucking stupid. Think for your goddamn selves. Goddamn assholes. Ugh. God, those motherfuckers, those sheeple just... Oh, God. People like them frustrate me so goddamn much. My answer is, man's end should be determined by man. Man decides man's end? I have no idea what you mean. Agara said that God has the power to end humanity. But Red said that he won't do anything if he becomes God. That's premature. First of all, the question of what happens to the mind when a person becomes a creature is unanswered. And then you cannot tell anything to mankind. God has never spoken to us directly. What makes you think in the history of mankind that God hasn't spoken to us directly, sir? You don't know that. You don't know that, YONEDA! All we know about the creature is that if nobody fills that role, the false god that currently exists will die in 790 days. But apparently even the death of that creature will not be relayed to mankind. This is the first I've heard that the 999-day time limit of the God-choosing process is linked to God's lifespan. It is true that God's will cannot be passed directly to humanity, however. Meanie Muni is telling you nonsense. Huh? Wait. Before that, she's right. That's not the real issue. Yoneda, you haven't proven that the current God is just a monster created by mankind. You're only laying out your hypothesis. By my calculations, the proof would require 130 years. It would take over 150 years to make the equivalent of the creature and its arrows. In other words, it would be possible to prove this while I am still alive. That is the weakest excuse. I'm so glad they're questioning. This is why I can't stand sheeple. You see, these motherfuckers are questioning your shit, and they're also saying something that I said. I think. I don't remember if I said last chapter or the live reaction before, but I said that I think Muni is. There's a possibility that Muni is just manipulating Yoneda to get what he wants, and that possibility is real. But the professors correctly predicted all kinds of future developments in his book from 20 years ago. That's just anticipating the near future. There's no way you could say what will happen over 100 years from now. Everything that exists from start to finish is merely carrying out a sequence of predetermined actions. Huh? Therefore, from birth to death, it is already decided how a human will act. That includes what I am doing now, of course. That's not true. We think for ourselves and grapple with indecision, making tough decisions in search of an ideal future and happiness. Thank you, Saki, for saying this. Thank you. Your indecisions and choices are predetermined. You simply don't like to hear the truth when it is placed before you. Yoneda, you are in fucking denial, sir. You are in denial, sir. We humans choose our destiny, not some fucking scientific shit. The only thing that can really... There's only one thing I can say that maybe can predetermine some shit, and that's some genetic stuff. Like, if you're talking about... Okay, here's where I kind of agree with Yoneda. And that is in terms of genetics, whether it's age, like, whether it's diseases like strokes, strokes, cancers, and all that shit. Fine, I will agree with you there, sir. You're right on that front. Genetics does play a factor in predetermining some shit. It's predetermining how your life is gonna be in some respects, but it doesn't predetermine everything. Like God, don't worry. We all have our own thoughts, even if they are decided for us. I think you'll understand if you think of each person as just a single piece of all creation. No! You're wrong, sir! Our thoughts aren't decided for us. God, Yoneda, you are fucking stupid. My God, Yoneda, Yoneda, what kind of power trip are you on, dude? All of us don't think, all of our thoughts are not predetermined. Like, if my thoughts were predetermined, I would not be a libertarian. I would be an extreme left-wing nut job, because both my parents are liberals. And my dad is, like, way far left liberal. My mom's in the middle of the road liberal. I'm a libertarian. By your logic, sir, I would be a goddamn liberal. So you're full of shit, sir. You are full of shit. Just saying. Alright, you completely lost me. Thank you. You lost me too, Yoneda. Do you know what he means, Senpai? Well, I remember having an argument in elementary school about whether or not our actions are determined by fate. That's amazing, Senpai. You think it's amazing? To understand what I mean, you first need to know about the end of mankind. The end? It has nothing to do with the heat death of the sun or geographical catastrophe or freak weather occurrences. Humanity will collapse within 500 years. What happened to your story about people developing eternal life in the near future? That will come within 300 years. It will involve switching out everything but the consciousness into a machine or younger flesh. At present, there are already plenty of people living with artificially grown or transplanted organs. That's just some sci-fi thing. Still, I've read that these things might be fiction now, but could become reality in a century or two. Now, when a human being has no fear of aging, do you know what they desire next? Time, to transcend the concept of time itself and become its master. knowing the future, seeing the future. In other words, the ultimate predictive power, and that will come about. Oh, Yoneda's now going into Minority Report type shit. That's what he's doing. Oh, man. So basically, Yoneda is just saying we're going to be he's just saying the plot of the Minority Report is going to happen. Oh, jeez. The first person to achieve this will gain unfathomable wealth, but eventually, when all human beings are able to know all of the future, humanity will disappear. You understand what I mean? When your actions are decided for you and you know what comes ahead, there's nothing but emptiness. You can only let yourself drift in the current of time. Try to change the future only to find that attempt and its result were already preordained fact. You will lose the will to live and eventually end your own life. And ultimately, every human being will give up on life. The fact of science that has gone too far is vast, but human curiosity cannot be stopped. In 500 years, mankind will despair and cease to go on living. Humanity will choose the path of extinction. How the fuck do you know that, dude? How the fuck do you know that? You don't know that, sir! You don't know that! You never, like... I'm not gonna lie, what Yoneda said is somewhat believable, but like, back in the 60s, they thought we were gonna be in flying cars by now, and fucking the 80s, they thought by 2015, we'd be in like jet-powered shoes and shit. So I kinda can't take what Yoneda is saying seriously, per se, but like, God. He's saying like Minority Report type shit is gonna happen. It's not, I don't think that's going to happen. According to your theory, you mean? Thank you! Someone said according to your theory. Theory is not facts, people. Theory is not facts. Considering the speed and direction of science advancement, it is certain that humanity will stand above the constraints of space-time. If we gain science that can know and see the future, it will be less than a century before we could create a time machine. For real? A time machine? I want one! Or so it would have seemed. But no person from the future has ever appeared in our midst. This would be evidence that humanity has not reached that point. You are wrong, Professor. If no future people have come back in time, then that just means the Time Patrol is working properly to prevent them from changing the course of history. You write books for a living. Don't you ever read anything by other people? Woo! Yoneda just got told! You and I are not conversing on the same level. It's pointless to speak to you. What? Are you mocking me? Oh, Yoneda knows he lost. Yoneda, shut up. You are being sore. So Red will become the creature. I assume that is acceptable to you? Yes, I said that. Yellow, do you agree that it should be Red? Yes. And Red, you agree to become the creature? Is that correct? It is. Then why don't we have a conversation just between the two of us? A dialogue to determine whether you become the creature or I stop you. No, 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 no. I don't mind. Oh, shit. Shit's gonna go down. Well, if Red says so, I agree. Professor, I'm fine with that. Good. Then let's have the other three leave so the two of us can speak. Okay. Oh, shit. Shit's gonna go down. I can't wait for this conversation, but... Dude, Yoneda is fucking nuts. He's just like, oh god, he's just talking in theories. He's not talking in facts. He don't have shit to back this up. Yoneda is fake news. I'm probably going to talk about, probably have this in the title. Yoneda is fake news. I'm so glad that motherfuckers are not just like taking this shit. And that they're like, dude, this is just theories. This ain't facts. This shit ain't peer-reviewed. This shit ain't peer-reviewed. So suck on that. So it's not fact. Suck it. Yoneda is fake news, people. He fake fucking news. He's trying to say there's gonna be some minority type shit in the future. Yoneda's fake news. I'm saying this now. This motherfucker be fake news. And he's trying, and like, this, God, this and like showing the shit about the sheeple and talking about you gotta go above the fake news and realize that a lot of this shit, you can't believe everything that you hear, and then you have to do your due diligence on shit. So thank God that we're getting this in manga. This makes me happy. Anyway, I'm really curious what you guys thought about this chapter, what you guys think is going to go down next month. And do you guys still agree? I still think Muni is manipulating Yoneda. I really, really think Muni is just using Yoneda for her own personal gains. Like, yeah, there is that possibility that they're, using each other. But, like, part of me still thinks that Muni, because, Muni is, who Muni is. The Angel of Destruction. So, like, just like, I just feel like Muni is just using Yoneda for her own fucking, for her own shit. I just have this feeling that Muni is manipulating the fuck out of Yoneda just for her own agenda. Just something tells me that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Platinum End content, there's a few ways you could do that. You can donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All is in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!